Let's open with a word of prayer. Holy God, we want to thank you for your goodness and your mercy towards us. We pray that you would direct our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions at this camp. As we open with this first presentation, we ask that you would allow the Holy Spirit to be with us, and that we individually and as a group would allow the Holy Spirit to work upon our hearts and our minds. In Jesus' name, amen. As most of you know, I don't want to call it a shaking, even though some people are referring or using that term. But there are various ideas and thoughts in the movement about the Sunday law. And I guess it's natural for people to keep on turning to me to try to either resolve the issue or to make some kind of comment. Are my sentences too long?
Sorry?
Are my sentences too long?
Not really, I was just trying to...
Okay, good. And people have wondered why I have not made a public position or a statement. So I want to begin by asking the question, we all speak about angels, the three angels, sometimes four angels. And what we tend to do is try to identify people with those angels. So most people here would believe that the first angel in our reform line is whom? Is whom? Who is it? Who is the first angel? I'm asking them a question, I'm not giving the answer. Elder Jeff. So people seem to have an awareness that Elder Jeff is the first angel. Once it goes from there, things begin to get complicated. At least in my mind. So, all of you have said Elder Jeff. All of you said Elder Jeff is the first angel. My question is, how do you know? How do you know he was the first angel? So Someone can stand up or just put the hand up and respond. How do you know he's the first angel? Someone say something? No? So stand up if you don't mind and shout so I can hear you.
I believe it's because of the term we use of history repeating.
So we have this concept of history repeating. And that's your answer? Okay, the answer. So that's all the answer that you've given. Anyone else?
I would say we have the time of the end, 1989.
We have the time of the end, 1989.
1989, the time of the end.
So there's someone that's going to be used to come with a message at the time of the end.
So someone is raised up with a message at the time of the end in 1989.
At the time of the end, you can't definitely see where as a second message. So you don't listen to messages that you have from the meeting.
Yeah, and so when we look around the time of the end,
That's the time of the end.
I need to do it in English first, otherwise it doesn't get recorded. Okay, so carry on.
yeah, so when we look around the time of the end, 1989, we will see who are we going to see, and we see none else than Elder Jeff.
So when we look at 1989, thank you, we see someone raising a message.
That's true, 1989, message.
And we say that is Elder Jeff. So let me try. Anyone else? Go ahead, Tina.
Okay. When we line upon line, when we look at 1798,
So we're going to use line upon line, which is repeat of history, 1798.
And then we see.
Okay, so line upon line.
And then we go to 1989.
We go to 1989.
And we put William Miller there. And then when we do line upon line, we can line William Miller with Elder Jeff.
So we're going to parallel William Miller in 1798 with Elder Jeff in 1989.
Now we get first line with Miller in 1798. Yeah, now Elder Jeff and 1989.
And who invented 1989? You've got to speak louder, not whisper.
I didn't get that.
Oh, who invented 1989?
Who's there about 1989?
None of you did. Elder Jeff did.
Elder Jeff, very 1989.
So he stands up, says, I'm going to invent 1989. Going to say that's the same as 1798. And I have a message that is similar to Miller's message. And Elder Jeff never claimed to be the first angel, by the way. You put that title upon him. He never took it upon himself. So, he has a message. And that message seems so powerful that enough people listening to that message accept it. And they follow through with the logic. And they identify Elder Jeff as the first angel. Based upon line or repeat of history. They're the same, they're just different terms for the same thing. We okay with that?
Siyahamba kunye.
So then we come to the second angel.
Siza ngongelo siyesibini.
And how do you work out who the second angel is?
Siza sifika njani uba ngubani second angel?
Did you work it out?
Yena ijongisisa nalo nto.
You, the members in the movement?
Ningene ngamalungu kwi-movement.
Or did Elder Jeff work it out?
Okanye Elder Jeff nguye oze nalo nto.
And he tells everybody who the second angel is.
Abatshela abantu Elder Jeff bathi hayi nasi second angel.
Which way is it?
Yeyiphi yona le nto eyenzekileyo?
You got to shout out, not whisper. So Erica said Elder Jeff.
Erika ngothi ngu-Elder Jeff.
We all agree with that?
Yes.
So you don't have authority to identify the second angel.
So asinagunya lokutsho into yoba i-second angel ngubani.
But you had authority to identify the first angel.
Sinalo igunya lokuba sibone le yokuqala i-angel.
Is that right?
Kunjani?
So how do you know who the second angel is? What's the marker for that?
Siyibona njani kuthini uphawu lokubona into yoba le yi-second angel?
Elder Jeff, using the repeating pattern, he was the one who taught us that he must decrease and someone must increase.
So Elder Jeff uses the model saying he must decrease, someone must increase, and that's the definition of the first and second angel.
Xa sifumanise Elder Jeff usebenzise isixhobo esikuthi funeka kube khona oyehlayo anyuke komnye so usebenzisela le yonto esenza sifuna ukwazi ukubona into yoba khona i-second angel asimesile.
And you just agreed with all of that.
Siyavumelana ndithi
Okay? So the third angel,
ngelo sesithathu
how do you know who the third angel is?
siyazi njani uba ngubani i-third angel?
Who works out that?
Ubani ozana naloo nto?
The first angel. So did I say the third? I said third.
Yes.
Is it the first angel that identifies the third, or the second angel that identifies the third, or you?
Okay, ngubani obonayo uba ngu-third angel leyo? Ingaba i-first angel iyabona uba okanye i-second angel okanye sithi ababonayo uba ngu-third angel le?
Yeah. So Cobus said, we do.
Sekuthiwa khona impendulo evele yathi sithi.
So he must believe that we identify the second as well.
So
presume.
ifuna sikholelwe uba funeka siyi-identifye ngesibili.
Otherwise, it doesn't seem consistent.
Otherwise,
It doesn't seem consistent.
ukuze ke sifumane ke consistency.
Okay, I'll pause there. I'll pause that thought.
Okay, ndizawuma nje apha.
Is Elder Jeff still the first angel?
Elder Jeff ingaba useyingelo siyokuqala?
Anybody say no?
Khona othi hayi?
Okay, so there's a consensus that Elder Jeff is still the first angel.
Khona i-consistency ke siyavumelana ukuthi kusaqhubeka kuseyi-first angel.
And who's the third angel?
Bani ingelo sesithathu?
Any other options besides Elder Tess?
Khona ke impendulo ethi ngu-Elder Tess, siyabuza ke ukuba ngabe ikhona ke impendulo engeyiyo le uba ngu-Elder Tess?
Okay, and how do you know it's Elder Tess?
Sazi njani uba ngu-Elder Tess?
Cobus said that he worked it out. Didn't need to be told.
Khona umntu osixeleleyo?
We have been told that.
Erica said we were told that.
Uthi ku-Erika siyixelelwe loo nto.
By whom?
Bani?
Don't know? Okay. Tina?
In some of your presentations, you did mention Elder Tess as the second angel. Most of your presentations in 2019 and 2020, you are the one who mentioned Elder Tess as the second angel.
So it was me that identified her as the third angel.
So, ndim ke ndigu-Elder Parminder endithe u-Elder Tess uyi-third angel.
And did I do that in the capacity as a leader or an angel or just a member, like Cobus did?
You did that as an elder, I think.
Okay, that's just a member then.
Okay, so ke yento yenzeke umntu othile kwindawo ethile okanye ebeyimemba nje imali uba identifye ke loo
I think so, yes.
Sorry?
What was your question?
No, we were having some clarity as to was it in the capacity of the member or the
As a member, yes.
yeah. So yes, a member.
Milton, you going to say something?
I think to be consistent, there was a level of authority from you if you are the one who identified her as head angel.
Louder.
I'm saying if you identified her as the head angel, there must be a level of authority from you.
Okay. So if I say it, it can't be as a member. It has to have some additional authority, which is what Tina has inferred.
So you can if then Elder Parminder, it means maybe level it to be authority to consistency.
Is Elder Tess still the third angel?
You say third angel, Elder Tess?
I
Erica?
think we connect the message with the messenger, and her message is still going on, and we're still using her message. That's why I think the message is the real.
So Erica says Elder Tess is still the third angel because her message is still in force today.
Message and message, then we message is said for nice again, we still say Elder Tess is still there, that message. Yeah.
Yes. So sometimes people get confused when I do studies like these. They confuse that I said something as opposed to you said something. So I just want to clarify for everybody who listens to this presentation afterwards that this model that we've discussed is the model that you have given to me, not me to you. Is the model that you gave to me, I didn't present it to you. So the members say that the first angel is Elder Jeff. I think people are going to say the second angel is me.
Second angel,
And the third angel is Tess.
third angel, Tess.
Is that a fair summary? When did Jeff become the first angel? 1989? Elder Tess? 2019, I've heard. Any other options? 2018? Russell?
2001.
2001? Okay, so we've lost the Zoom, so I'm just going to carry on now. 2001? 2019? Oh, 18. Someone said 18. Any other options? You said 18, yes?
18 years.
And Russell says 2001. You heard that, yes?
2018 for me, yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
And he said 1.
I think so, yes.
Do you have any idea why he said 1? Someone said something?
Yes, because
If you
the third angel begins in 2001, so I think that's the argument there.
Okay, so it's because the third angel begins in 2001. And who said that?
You said that.
Me. Okay. We'll go with 2001 then.
Masibeke in 2001, yes.
And when did I become the second angel?
That is the second angel.
Christina?
2000.
2001.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nayo sibeke 2001, ingelo sesibili.
Who made me the second angel? Elder Jeff.
So,
Who made me, is that right? Who made me the second angel? Elder Jeff?
Elder second angel.
When did he do that?
Elder Jeff, uyenze uyenzeni lonto.
When did he work out I was the second angel?
Uthetheni intwana the second angel. Jingu Elder Parminder.
He did it later, around 2012 to 2024, somewhere around there. 2012, 2014, 2012, 2014.
So between 2012 and 14, he worked out that I was the second angel.
So to get ivele pha 2012 2014 into ba u20 second angel.
Maybe you don't know,
Mhlawumbe yasazi.
but between 12 and 14, I was disfellowshipped from the movement.
Wasazi mhlawumbe between 2012 and 2014 washiya movement.
So it definitely wasn't then.
Bengasekho.
We'll go with Russell and Erica.
I think it's at the beginning of 2019.
2019, Russell says.
So
Oh.
what are you doing in 2019?
Erica?
I think we use always the second angel as the doubling, and that's 9/11, because we put the doubling also on the second angel.
We're okay with 2001. My question was, when did Elder Jeff recognize it? Wasn't in 2001.
You just said the second angel. I don't remember that he ever said it was definitely you.
Oh, so he's never said it was me.
No, I said I can't remember that he ever said.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So that means you don't think he said it.
I'm not sure. I don't
Okay.
know.
All right. Sizamkhangela ke kwezimpilo ezivelayo uba uyithoni Elder Jeff le uba Elder Parminder usend angel message uvela ke ngeminyaka uvele ke njengoba kwixesha elithile lesele disfellowship phinde kuvele khona ke methods ezivela nabo recase edabling njalo njalo sisekuloo mbali.
Recording in progress.
When was Elder Jeff recognized as the first angel?
Already uba Elder Jeff first angel.
I think around about 2000, 2001, he was only then recognized as the first angel as I remember.
Okay, so around 2001.
Impendulo ke ithi kwathole ngo-2001 uba uyi-first angel.
Anyone else?
Shinomnye umuntu.
We'll go with 2001. Even if these dates aren't 100% accurate, I'm trying to make a point. 2019, why 2019, Russell?
10 years ago, 2019.
That's when he said he must decrease and you must increase.
So that's when this increase and decrease statement came.
Which one? Kulapho kuvela khona statement sokuthi makube khona owehlayo bekhona onyukayo.
Elder Tess? What year? You've got to shout out loud, I can't hear. 2019?
2019 Elder Test from church in the Bible recognize when you recognize that baphelele abanye yeah.
Everybody agree with that?
Vumelana. Siyavumelana.
So, these three people who end up being angels, it's based upon what idea?
Ukuba umuntu uyingelo ukusekwa kwimbono ethile. Is that a question?
Yes, it's a question.
Yeyiphi into esincedisa kwasibone uba umuntu uyi-agent.
What makes them angels?
Banowenza bona sizigidini ubingelo usisona.
Cobus?
I think it's all to do with understanding the Millerite history, and then we made our application to fit them into that model we created.
So it's a connection between Millerite history and how that repeats So we make some kind of connection.
So into esincedisayo ke sijonga ihistory engile right bese sikhangela ke indlela izinto ezenzeke ngazo bese sizidibanisa.
Anyone else?
Yeah, it's based on, they usually come with a message. There is a message they come with, so then we tie the message with the messenger.
So they all come with a message, and we tie that message with a messenger.
Enye into esincedisayo ukuqaphela umuntu uzana umyalezo uthi imessage ethile bese siyidibanisa nomuntu lophethe lo message.
Erica?
Siyama
Revelation 14 is like we saw it as a progression of a message. And then Ellen White said, if you don't accept the first, you will not accept the second. We saw it as a progression, so we connected then it with the message that is progressing.
So we understand Revelation 14, the three angels' messages, is a progressive message.
siyayiqonda ke ukuba Revelation 14 imessage eqhubelekayo.
I think the problem that you're going to get is when you look at the words of Revelation 14, they don't quite fit into the words of these people.
Xa sijonga ngokukhona ukuba come again please.
If you look at the words in Revelation 14,
Xa sijonga la magama Revelation 14
they don't quite say the same thing as the words of these people.
abathethi incam le ithethwa ngaba bantu kanye abakhulisekanga ngoku.
I want to move on a little bit.
Masiqhubeke kancinane.
We're in the year 2012.
Siphaka ku-2012.
And what's happening in 2012?
Kwenzeka ntoni ku-2012?
Tina?
There is a prediction of a Sunday law in 2014.
There's the prediction of the Sunday law in 2014.
Phaya ku-2012 sibona kukhona ukupredicta ukubona ukuthi khona izandelo ezoba khona ngo-2014.
Erica?
Yes, I agree.
So Erica agrees with that.
Erika uyavumelana nathi.
So, to predict a Sunday law,
Ukubona kwangaphambili into yoba kuzoba khona iSunday law,
what do you need?
sithetha ukuthini?
What do you need to do or have to predict the Sunday law?
Ofanele sibe nantoni, fanele senzeni ukuze sikwazi ukubona uba khona iSunday law ezayo?
Cobus?
Methodology.
Methodology?
Kukho uba sizawusebenzisa i-methodology,
You had your hand up, Milton?
nantoni enye?
To aid, I think that's another marker that you are a messenger.
It's another marker that...
You are the messenger, especially when you are giving that message.
Okay, so when you give the message, it identifies you as the messenger when you give that message.
Xa unikeza imessage ke sidibanisa nalo kuba yayima ebonisa into yoba uyi-messenger.
My question still hasn't been answered to my satisfaction. What do you need in order to predict a Sunday law?
Question yam kaphendwa ngwaneleyo udinga ntoni ukuze ukwazi ukubona ukuthi nanti iSunday law isiza.
You need time prophecy, or you need time, you need to have an understanding of time.
Okay, so time is a component to that, and that's what Koba said when he said methodology, I think.
So ixesha ke le nto usebenzisa ixesha amaxesha ustadishe neprofesi iyanyanzela into ngabe iyasetyenziswa xa siyipredikte okanye xa sijonga into ezayo.
What else? Russell?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? Justina?
You need to have seen it somewhere before, so you need a history to then predict it into the future.
So Justina said you need repeat of history.
Fanele ke kube kune-history othi beyaziyo ozoyisebenzisa ukujonga into ezayo.
I can't remember what chapter it is in Isaiah.
Andikhumbuli kakuhle uba yeyiphi le chapter kwi-Isaiah.
Someone's going to tell me.
46.
Khona ungasinceda?
I was going to say 46, but then
Isaiah 46 verse 10.
oh, you're going to give me the verse as well? Good. We're here,
Silapha
and this is the past, this is the future.
phakathi naphakathi ngasemva kwi-past future phambili.
That's what you said?
Sithela loo nto.
So, how many time zones have you got here, Justina?
How many chapters?
Time zones, dispensations.
Zingaphi i-dispensation questions. I mean, I'm going to
Because in your answer, you only gave us 2. In your answer, you only gave us 2. Justina gave us the past and the future.
We also need to identify the present.
So,
Recording in progress.
so she missed the other dispensation, which is the present. Okay, so I'll ask the question again. How do you know, or how can you predict that the Sunday law is coming? Go ahead, Justin.
So you look at the things that are happening in the present,
You look at the present,
and then you turn back to the past and you see their identity.
and then you go back to the past. And based upon the past and the present, you can predict the future. Does everybody understand that? Yeah, that's an old study. Perhaps we don't do it enough anymore. It's an old study. Perhaps we don't do it enough today. What do we call the present when we speak about the Sunday law? What's the term that we use? That we borrow from Ellen White. It's not the time of the end. Russell. It's the agitation. Is that okay, Cobus? Yeah, that makes sense, yeah? So today, not literally, in our model, we see something happening. And it has to have the properties of both the past and what we expect the future to be. So the agitation looks the same as the event. Is everybody okay with that? What's the problem in 2012? Because I've got here methodology and time. So we're going to summarize this. We're in 2012. We need methodology. What else do we need? So we need agitation, but I wanted some different words for agitation. We need external events. Is that what you were going to say, Justina?
Yes.
So, people were clear on what the methodology was. We used the 2520 to do some time calculations. To predict the date, 2014. So we've got a big tick. We're okay on that one. What are the external events in 2012 that are being used to predict 2014? Anybody have any clues? Cobus does. He said, none. Okay. So I don't know if that is new to you. There are no events that are happening in 12 that are being used to predict 14.
Of course, events as ukubona 2014 season.
I'm not saying there weren't events then,
And which was as
because when you look back, you should be able to find them. But it wasn't done as part of the study. So, in that dynamic, what is the movement to do? Put yourself in 2012. What's your responsibility? You've got the first angel. Do you use the term movers and shakers, all the famous people? You'd call them the leading teachers, I think. It's more respectful. So you have the first angel, all these famous people, and you, the members. And you have this study. And nobody recognizes that this message is being given by the second angel. No one recognizes. So this message, the Sunday law message that's given in 2012, who's it being given by? Don't mean the name of the person. In 2012, it's not acknowledged as being the second angel. Who would dare stand up and fight against an angel? Nobody would. But in 2012, the whole leadership of this movement is fighting against this message. And we've said that they only recognise who that person is in 19, which is 7 years later. So who's giving that message? What title would you give them? A member. Okay? We all can see that. A member stands up, having done their own study, and says they're going to make a prediction about the Sunday law coming in 2014. And the first angel doesn't like that study and rejects it. And so the message doesn't get the visibility that it deserves. And you can see that there are cracks in that study. Are we all okay so far? Your members, what's your responsibility in 2012? Tina?
To identify external events.
So you said to identify external events. The first angel said, this is rubbish. That's the context, remember? all the leading teachers have said, this is rubbish.
yonke le nto ifundisayo late ngeke nje uNkulunkulu.
My question is, what's your responsibility?
Umbuzo uthi sifanele basenza ntoni thina bantu abasenze ntoni?
Now what's your responsibility, Tina? To look for external events?
Ngabe uxanduva lethu likujonga, okay, izinto ezenzeka ezisuka ngaphandle.
It's to see where we as the members if we taking the message that was presented, if we stand with the message or not. That was our responsibility. And the reason I said external events is because we're given
I'm going to stop there.
okay.
External events is fine. External events, no, I have to rephrase that. So, your responsibility, you said,
Uthi ke uxanduva lethu as i-movement nalo uthini?
is to study the message.
Fanele basiqale sajongisisa i-message.
That's your position. Anyone else? Russell?
Yeah, I think then we'll be faced with a situation where we have to choose.
You tell me what your responsibility is.
Maybe probably in secret accept the message and follow the first message.
So, you accept the message in secret.
Uthi ke khona impendulo ethi ukwamukela i-message emfihlakalweni ungaziwanga.
Or study it at least.
Yes.
Anyone else? Erica?
Hard thing to say for me, but I think it's safe. Put it on hold, let's look at it, then come back to it.
So Erica said, I'm just going to say reject the message.
No.
Okay, so you're not going to study the message.
No.
Okay,
Hold on to it.
You're going to hold on to the message.
No. We as the
One second.
hold
One
on
second.
to it.
It's got to translate.
Uthi ke kuhlala impendulo Erika uthi Erika fanele umiwe ijongwe ikhandele ihlolwe ukuba ihamba njani.
We don't have a movement.
Singanantshukumo nje siyenzayo.
We have the first angel.
Sine-angel yokuqala,
We have the leaders,
sine-okay,
leading teachers.
leading teachers abafundisayo.
And we have you.
Now,
I'm asking what your responsibility is.
wena as a member, uthini uxanduva lakho?
To be truthful, at that stage, I would have listened to Elder Jeff and rejected the message.
So Erica said, obey the angel and don't listen to rogue. You know the word rogue?
Well,
Members who stand up and present their own studies. So she said, obey the first angel and don't listen to members who present their own private studies. That's what she would have done. Yep. Anyone else? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to listen to members who present their own private studies or follow the angels. In 2012, you can't use all the hindsight that you have. Someone had their hand up at the back. You've got to stand up and speak loud, please.
Anyone can claim to have a special message to represent them as the angel, so it's better to verify and check the key focus, which is the methodology that they're using, because they could be right.
Anybody can stand up and say they've got a special message. So I've got that bit, the last bit you said.
The key focus, which is the methodology, is the one that's going to clear out.
My question to you is, you the member, what will you do? Will you obey the first angel? Listen to the first angel? Or will you study the message, the study,
ukufunda yona
to try to see if it's true or not.
jonga uba ingaba iyinyani na okanye ayiyonyani.
When the first angel tells you it's error, don't touch it.
Na ibe yona le yokuqala ingeke sisithi impazamo ungayimameli kwakumali ungayiqalisi.
Now answer, please.
I will study it and see if it's true or not. I will not listen to the first angel.
So you will not listen to the first angel.
So uzawusumamela ngokuqala bethu ungayithulisa uthulise xa usithi ke sizawudadisha uJehova ingabe correct na.
Like Russell.
Njengoba sesitsho.
He said he would pretend to listen, but he really wouldn't.
Ke kuba sena uthe kuba ngathumamela kodwa bengayithumamela ngoba angayimameli la message sayistasha secret.
So, please respond.
Yes, I'd like to say that the knowledge that we had back then, I think personally, I would have disregarded the message. I would have followed what the leader was saying. Because without the hindsight, that the knowledge that we have today, yes, I feel that we would have rejected it. We would have followed what the leader said.
So you're saying that you would have not listened to the message and you would have obeyed the first angel.
So ngokwendlela eyithi ngokolwazi belukhona ngeliya xesha ngendiye ndangayimamela le evela entsha ndamamela le mali ndingayiphulaphula ndihamba ne-first angel.
Put your hands up if you would reject or disobey the first angel.
Phakamiseni izandla kuba ngabe besithi i-first angel le besoyimame besizayimamela xa isithi singayichumisi le singayiphulaphula ngesibili enza abatshoyo.
Okay? Two people. Oh, question.
Yes. Are you asking in the context of back then or?
I'm asking in the context of back then.
Back then.
Okay, ndiyabuza ke ukuba ingaba ubuzela ukuba besuka ngeliya xesha lika-2012 19 yes 2012 not ngoku.
Because we want to understand what's going on now.
So sijonge ngenyameko esikuyo ngoku.
Only one person would have rejected the first angel.
Nye kuphela umntu obengabe uye wayiphikisa okanye wangayamkeli i-first angel message.
And that's good, I think. I think that's good.
Oh, ukuthi ke inhle loo nto.
Because if you start rejecting angels,
Kuba xa abaqalisa ningazimameli angels
you can get into problems, can't you?
ngaba nengxaki.
Okay, so the angel says, this is a bad study, leave it alone.
Nansi ke indlela yokuqala ithi this is a best study isifundo esirongo esingasiyi.
The member gets disfellowshipped. The member got disfellowshipped.
Imember nansi ke iphuma isi-disfellowship.
They rejoined the movement 2 years later.
Iyakujoyina i-movement ke eminyaka emibili later.
Everybody okay? What was... No? Who's not okay? When I say okay, I mean, you understand what we've said so far?
Ingabe siyayilandela le zinto esithethwayo so far.
If you haven't, then I'll try to re-explain it.
Kuthiwa ke xa ngaba singaqondi masi-indicate sodwa ke
But you need to tell me what you haven't understood.
sithole uba lahlekaphi.
Or did I misunderstand what you said?
Kwaye mhlawumbi andivanga noba bakahleli
I heard a voice, I didn't know who said it. That's...
khona ilizwe elivileyo ngathi likhona ukungaqondi kakuhle.
I'll move on.
Ziyaqhuba.
Okay. What's the responsibility of the first angel?
Thina uxanduva le message yokuqala, angel yokuqala.
Deliver a message
Fanele izise imessage
and
To protect the message.
to protect the message.
fanele futhi ikhusele imessage.
If you give a message and don't protect it, the wolves will come and ravage it, destroy it.
Uba ngabanye uzisa imessage usogqiba ungayikhuseli sizawufika usivume siyihlakaze kuphela.
And that's what this message of the Sunday law in 2014 was doing.
Nantso ke le nto ibisenzeka ngo-2014 2012 kule message esandile lo inga 2014.
It appeared to be attacking the message of the first angel.
Fika ke ibonakala izohlasela i-message ye-first angel.
So was Elder Jeff correct in banning this study? Tina said no. It's protecting you. It was correct? Yes?
In the position where he was as an angel, he was correct to protect her.
Okay, so it's his job to protect. And so he says yes or no. He becomes, I'm going to use the term gatekeeper. And do you believe that's his responsibility? Part of his job function? To protect the message. Erica said yes. My friend said yes. So if he had said, do what you want, carry on, would he have been negligent in his responsibility?
Yes, it would have been chaos.
Yes? Sorry, I've just got a power problem. Not sure why it's not connected. If I could get another extension lead, it's not working. There seems to be power to this, but it doesn't seem to. Or maybe I try to put feet in there. Can I put this straight into that one? Yes, you can. Let's try that. Okay, it's working now. Yep, thank you.
We lost power that side.
Oh, you lost power? We'll just try and get our projector back up and running. Okay, as it's powering up, we'll continue. So my question is, the first angel's responsibility. My question is about the responsibility of the first angel protecting the message. Most of you seem to agree that it's that person's responsibility to protect the message. Anybody want to comment? Go ahead.
Speaking about the responsibilities of the first angel, is it not his responsibility or her responsibility also to recognize the second angel? Because I'm thinking of John identifying Christ as this angel which is coming.
So Is it? We know it's the responsibility of the first angel to identify the second, or that's what you've said. I'm not saying I agree with that.
Khona ke evelayo engivumelana nayo ngathi ngumsebenzi we-first agent ukuba iphinde kwakhona iqaphele le message elandelayo i-angel elandelayo esibili.
Okay.
NjengoJohn umuntu enguJohn baqaphela uYesu.
Yes, so I'm just talking about these responsibilities that it's his responsibility to protect the message, but also to be able to identify the second agent, not to fight with the second agent. I'm just thinking.
So the first angel is supposed to recognize the second, not resist them.
Umsebenzi ke ovelayo ukuba first angel fanele bafuthi iqaphele i-second angel hayi ukuthi iphikise.
If you go back to this picture,
Siyabona umfanekiso kwakhona.
the first angel recognized the second in 19,
Nansiya esibili recognize. Come again there. Second recognize.
the first angel recognized the second
First one yokuqala irecognize yesibili
in 2019,
ngo-2019.
and as soon as the first angel resisted the second,
Sibona le yesibili yokuqala ingaphikisa ingavumeli yesibili angel.
rejected,
Iyayichasa.
they left the movement.
Iyaphuma kusuka apho iyashiya movement.
So your question is, why did the first angel not recognize the second before 19?
So umbuzo ukuthi bekutheni ingazange iqaphele lesibili ngaphambi kwe-2019.
What evidence would there be to recognize the second angel in 2012?
Biye babona ubungqina buzobafumaneka ukuncedisa ekuqapheleni lesibili angel ngo-2012.
Anybody? What evidence is there in 2012 that this messenger is the second angel?
2012, no evidence ayibungqina buzosiprofetheleni isibone ukuthi le second angel.
I'm going to say none.
Singabe sithi akukho?
At least not enough. At least not enough.
At least masithi ke ungenani benguquko kweneleyo.
So I don't think Elder Jeff can be held responsible at that moment.
So Elder Jeff asimthwalisa uxanduva ukuthi kufanele uba wenze njalo ke ngonke liyaxesha.
So does everybody agree that Elder Jeff should have protected the message and shut this study down like he did?
Ngabe siyavuma kufanele uba ukhusele bese cekela phansi esesistadi njengoba wenzani.
Yes? We all agree with that.
Yeah, singabe siyavumelana njalo.
Okay? So let's go to 2024.
Siya ku-2024.
We've now got a Sunday law message,
Nansi ayisandele imessage sinayo.
and that's being given by whom?
Inikwa ngubani? Impendulo ithi sinikwa ngu-Elder Terry.
And who is Elder Terry?
Bani Elder Terry?
Elder Terry is our eldest, so it makes her part of the leadership, a teacher, a good teacher.
A member.
Makes her a good teacher? Okay. So she's a good teacher,
Siyakhangela kakhulu bani Elder Terry.
a member.
Utitshala
What else?
and a good teacher.
Okay.
Nantoni enye futhi?
So if you put them together, she's a member who teaches well.
Singatsho sithi u-Elder Terry uyilungu elifundisa kakuhle.
Is that okay, Erica? She's a member who teaches well.
Yeah, yes.
And this person up here in 12, who are they?
A member,
Who?
a member, and
Who? Teaches.
to teach as well.
Just take I'll take a little bit of glory. Okay, so these are members who teach well. Is she an angel? Okay, so she stands up and says, I've got a Sunday law message.
Now we Sunday law message.
There are 3 groups in our movement. Who are they? Angels.
As angels.
The movers and the shakers, who Erica has called the leaders or elders. And you. So Elder Terry comes up with a study. And where did that study come from? It's got to speak loud. So, Acts 27.
Acts 27.
So 2012. Where did this study come from? The 2012 study. I don't know if we should call it the 2014 study. So that came from something. 2520. And the first angel said what? The first angel said, yeah, it comes from the 2520. Because it's that word, that phrase, is scattered throughout the study. That phrase, 2520, is scattered throughout the study. So we've got 2520. And the first angel says... Yeah, sorry. The first angel says what? Russell, what does the first angel say?
He said no tempted, no.
So he said no. So I'll develop it a bit. First angel says, don't take one of my studies and use it for your own private message. Are we okay with that dynamic? You okay with that dynamic, Erica?
I agree with what happens, but I don't agree with the dynamic.
You said Erica says she doesn't agree with the dynamic, but she understands the logic. But you were the one that said the first angel's job is to protect the flock and the message. He's doing what you want him to do, and then you're not happy.
I think that the study should have been stopped there in totality. It should have been expanded on.
Privately or publicly? Oh, she said it should have been not stopped, it should have been expanded. And my question... We'll stop there. Privately or publicly?
I think the message went out publicly already.
You said... What you said was the development or the understanding of it should have been discussed.
Yes.
My question was privately or publicly?
If I remember correctly, then I would say publicly.
So Erica said she thinks it should be done publicly. So you wanted me to have a public fight with Elder Jeff.
Okay,
What else would it have been but that?
Okay, sorry, sunshine and roses. I would think you two come together, study it through, and come publicly out about it.
What Erica has now said is it should have been done privately.
Yeah, okay, then that.
So now we have a private study. Elder Jeff says no, and I say yes. And then what? Elder Jeff comes and says it's rubbish, and I say it's good. And you say, what's the evidence? I'm saying it's sealed. It was a private study. Can't tell you. Okay, take all of those dynamics, and we're back in 2024. Elder Terry, who is a member who teaches well, so I've got a Sunday law message. And where did she get it from?
It's a development of the third region.
Okay, we can put Acts 27, but that doesn't help. We can put Acts 27. How does that help? Because this person did 25:20 and it didn't help him. Go speak loud. I think we're missing the point that I want us to see.
You didn't get in trouble by the leadership of this movement.
We'll do that in a second. Where did this study come from? Where did the 2012 study come from? Came from the same places, which is where? It was a personal study. It wasn't an angel study. Elder Terry is a member. She says there's a message in the movement given by an angel, and I'm going to take that study and I'm going to make my own Sunday law study. Which is exactly what happened in 2012. I want us to see the parallel. Because if Elder Terry was an angel, it'd be a completely different dynamic. Now, there are some people in the movement who want to make her an angel. Make her an angel. It's only the third one left. It's only the third. It's only the third angel that's she can take. I could offer her my one, but she wants it. I could offer her my angel, but she may not want that. My point is, if she's the third angel, the whole dynamic changes. But if she's not the third angel, then we're in this parallel situation. Can we all see that? 2014 is a private study that uses the 2520. 2024 is a private study that uses Acts 27. Plus, it's not just Acts 27. It's not plus something else.
Oh, kukhona nokunye futhi kongeziweyo.
Quintus Fabius Maximus Gurgis, yes?
Quintus Fabius Maximus.
Which is to do with the Pyrrhic Wars.
Pirate wars.
But all of that is based upon
Yonke loo nto isekwe
a private study.
sisitadi somntu private.
Interestingly, people say, oh, it's Elder Tess's study.
Abanye abantu mhlawumbe bazathi Sister Elder Tess,
But we could have said that back here.
wasijonga phaya.
2014 is Elder Jeff's study.
2014 was a Jeff study.
But people don't see it that way.
Ababoni ngolo hlobo abantu kwi-study study.
And I wonder why they see 2014 differently.
Kukho bezambona ngokwahlukileyo 2014.
Can I ask something? William Miller, we know he studied on his own, and it was a private study, and eventually he shared his private study with people. And for the same with Elder Jeff. So what's the difference then?
So, Erica mentioned William Miller doing private studies, Elder Jeff doing private studies, and then sharing them publicly.
Erika ke usikhumbuza ukuba uWilliam Miller naye wenze izitadi zakhe ecaleni njengoba no-Elder Jeff enze then wesezisherisha ebantwini.
So that's all fine.
Right nale.
So either you're suggesting when Elder Terry publicly shares her private study, she suddenly becomes an angel, like those two people did.
Ngabe mhlawumbe wena usixelela le nto uveza ukuthi nayo u-Elder Terry njengesitathe privately wenze njengaba i-angel ke ngoku.
But if she doesn't become an angel,
Uba ngabakayiyo i-angel,
then it's just a member doing some study.
uyimember eyenza i-study,
And you said
uthe wena
the first angel is to protect the message,
i-first angel fanele ikhusele i-message.
and your job is to obey the first angel.
Umsebenzi wakho ke ukubambelela kulaa message yokuqala.
I think only 1.5 people said they will rebel.
Singathi into abaninzi baye bayixhasa.
Okay, so how many angels have we currently got
Sesingaphi ngoku sesinazo njengangoku
in 2014
ngo-2014
who are actually working?
basithetha nje siqhubele roughly working.
One.
Iyi-one.
So if I said to you,
Abe ndingathi kuwe
this is a bad study,
study CBS
what's your responsibility?
uzawuthini? Uba yintoni umsebenzi wakho?
With the knowledge we've got now, the responsibility.
So with the knowledge that you have now, the responsibility changes.
Ithi ke impendulo ke ulwazi esinalo ngoku lusibeka ekubeni umxanduva lwethu luyatshintsha kulaa nto ezoba yiyo kuqala.
So that just sounds like we don't listen to angels anymore because we're clever people.
So sinabantu sesinolwazi ngosihlakaniphile.
Is that what you said, Cobus? Say how you meant it then.
My memory serves me well. A lot of studies, if you look at the study we've done about the Levites, the priest, comes from personal studies that was adapted by the movement by the first angel.
So when you look in the past, many studies were developed by members and they were accepted by the angel and they became movement positions. That's good. So that was the past.
Yes, but we also had prominent teachers like Jamel Sankey and those people that brought a message that we knew after studying it, it was also false.
So leading teachers have brought messages. Leading teachers have brought messages. If the first angel said they're correct and you said they're error, what would have been the answer?
wrong study sivelayo nangithi as a member correct so kuzofika into leyo yethu.
We had that situation between Elder Jeff and 2018 where we had to look at the message and understand the message and follow the message, not the messenger.
So Cobus said we have to follow the message, not the messenger.
Message, not the messenger.
What year?
When was it when we had the big split?
2019, you said. So if me, Tabo, and Marco had all sided with Elder Jeff in 2019, where would Elder Tess be? Where would you be? Would you be following her message? Or you'd have stuck with us? Because we would have come up with powerful arguments to show how filled with error her message is. Quite easily, to be honest. No, you laugh. It would have been easy to show so many holes in her message. And who would you have really gone with? How did Elder Tess ever get to prominence? Milton?
It is through the endorsement of the second angel.
Sorry?
It is through the endorsement of the second angel.
Yeah.
So it goes about we are and
if you want to,
endorsing the second angel, yeah.
If you want to call, if you want to call it a club, she got into the club through a gatekeeper. When the gatekeeper said, "Looks good, you have our approval," the member said, "Oh, it looks good to us as well." Okay, we're way over time. Actually, we've done an hour, 20 minutes, so we're on time. I want to respect our time here together. I want us to summarise so we don't lose our thoughts. We spoke about angels, who these angels were and are. I want to stress that this is the model that the members here in South Africa have developed. We have three people when they became angels and when they were recognized as angels. We went to 2012, which is 7 years before 19. And we saw that a member stood up and did a private study based upon an angel's or part of the first angel's message. And what they didn't do is include external events, but that's just a side issue that's not important to our study. They took the 25-20 and did a private study to create a Sunday law message. Took us, depending how you calculate, 10 years into the future. Elder Terry is currently giving us a Sunday law message. And she is a member who's a good teacher, just like the previous person. Now, unless you make her an angel, which some people would like to do, I'm not saying they're wrong, I'm just stating the fact. To do that, you have to bring forth a study to show evidence of it. So, collectively, you have said that she is just a member. If she is, I want us to see that the dynamic between, we'll call it 2014 and 2024, is the same. And I know it's easy for you all to think, oh, we would have done the right thing back then. And the question is, what is the right thing to do? And it's very easy to say, think for myself. And when I say it's easy to say that, it's because none of us do think for ourselves. We're influenced by everything around us. I want to finish this off in our next study. The question was the following, which is today's study. Why have I not taken a position on this Sunday law message? So, already, I hope you can begin to see, without me spelling it out, why. I hope you can see why I have not taken the position based upon the logic on the discussion we've had. And in our next study, I'll try to state it more explicitly for those who are not sure yet. Suffice to say, or sufficient to say, I think it would be dangerous for me to do so. Dangerous for whom? For you. If your answer was for yourself, then you understand the point I'm wanting to make. Let's close with a word of prayer. For those online, I know that we lost connection several times. But we have the digital board work here. We have the digital board. And we made an audio recording. So hopefully some technical people can sort that out later on. Thank you.